How we doing there, boys and girls? Manthieus here, and welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to talk about one of the new options for us goblins out there to make a bit of gold, and it's the Icy Scale Mail set. Well, not just the Icy Scale Mail, the Glacial, the Lost Glacial sets in general. These are available to all classes. These were out of the game for many, many years, but they've made a return with patch 10.15, and we as crafters are responsible for making them and selling them to everybody. So, you know, get out there, make some gold with this. There's a few things you're going to need to do, though, to get on board with this to begin with. You are firstly going to need to have completed the full Naxxramas sort of attunement that came with patch 10.1.5. My last video, I'll leave a link to that down below, is showcasing exactly how you can go through that process. That will chip away at a few things. That will unlock the new ancient recipes from Naxxramas. That will unlock this NPC that we're going to talk about right here, and it will start giving you the ability to collect some of these recipes and patterns, and of course once you've got them you can craft them and sell them and hopefully make some gold at the same time. What I want to talk about first, though, is obviously this dude. This is the NPC that we care about, Master Craftsman Omniron. He isn't actually a vendor by default. If you come and find him and he isn't a vendor, it means you've missed a step. The first thing you're going to probably need to do is head into Naxxramas and find a book. I will actually showcase the guide. I'll leave a link to this guide down below. This is freely available to anybody. One of the things you're going to need to do to unlock this dude is to loot his second-hand book, which is over in Naxxramas to begin with. If you head into the military quarter, you can pick this book up. It instantly starts a quest, and then you can go take it back to this Master Craftsman, and he will then, by default, he will sell you one pattern. He will sell you the Glacial Cloak pattern. That's the only one he sells you to begin with. This dude, for reference, is in Eastern Plaguelands, Light's Hope Chapel. If you want to, you should be aware of this by now if you've been playing some of the content, or at least if you've done the attunement. If not, he's located over here. He will, by default, not sell you anything. He's not even an NPC, but you give him his book back and he'll start to sell you things. But like I said, one pattern. Can we do better than that? Yes, we can. There's a cool little side hustle for you to do, which is head back into Naxxramas and run around the whole instance, the whole raid, and collect all of the pages of his books. Now, there's 16 pages in total. And if you, hang on, where was it? If you collect all of his achievements, all of his pages, sorry, you get an achievement for doing it. So the achievement junkies alone will probably want to do this. You grab all of his pages from Naxxramas, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a second. You grab all of his pages, you hand them back into him, and then all of a sudden, he will sell you a whole bunch of recipes. He'll sell you all of the patterns you need for the cloth, the leather, the mail, or the plate versions of these frost-resistant sets, as they were known in the past. Now, these are currently selling for big money. Of course, it's early days, and so big money, you know, these recipes and patterns always start really expensive, and, you know, as more people catch on to this, they do get cheaper over time. But this is a really cool-looking set that I suspect will have a hype season. It'll die down a bit, but they're good recipes to have access to for the long term as well. Old school crafted transmog is big business for many people, especially those who are trying to make maybe a little bit of extra gold at the moment to cover the cost of that tier 3 crafting if you're into that as well. But these are some really good patterns to start with. One thing to note is they take Argent Dawn Valor tokens. Maybe another little snippet of information is that these have recently been switched from being bind on pickup to being bind on account, which is very handy. Meaning you can do your Scourge Stone farming. What you actually need to do is you do your Scourge Stone farming in either Naxxramas, Scholomance, or Strathholm dungeons. Now when you come to Duke to convert them, he will trade certain quantities of Scourge Stones for those Argent Dawn tokens. And those Argent Dawn tokens are now bind on account. So you can kind of funnel your resources to the characters that need it if you so wish as well. This is a cool little way to speed up the process of getting access to some of these patterns. There's 9 patterns for tailoring. There is a total of 16 patterns for leatherworking because, of course, as leatherworkers, we are responsible for not only leather, but also the plate versions of this as well. So it's definitely worth getting your hands on these. definitely worth getting your hands on these, because I suspect that the different items of these will be, I mean, you can look at the auction house prices here. Currently, sort of 35,000 gold a piece is the going rate, roughly, on my realm. I play on a big realm, I play on Draenor. But even a few days into the patch, only a handful of people seem to have gone out of their way to get access to these recipes and are selling them. Maybe something to do over the weekend, maybe something to chip away at over time, depending on how busy you are doing other things at the moment. But these recipes, these patterns, I think are well worth getting your hands on. I did talk at the beginning about getting all of the pages and how you go about doing that. You do need to run through Naxxramas, and this is where I would highly suggest utilizing my gold making guide for 10.1.5. As we busily on stream today, if we scroll down to, where does it start? Starts on page 27. Starts on page 27. It talks about collecting all of these pages. I went and made a nice little interactive, well, it's not interactive, but it's a nice little map showcasing exactly where in the dungeon all of the pages are. And I went as far as to provide little screenshots and notes for you to run around and collect all of these pages. Realistically, running through Naxxramas, probably collecting all of these on your way probably shouldn't take you more than an hour, maybe. A little bit of research between each one, a little bit of running between each one, but you should then get access to all of these new recipes. Log on to your tailor, log on to your blacksmith, log on to your leatherworker, turn in some of your scourge stones for Argent Dawn Valor tokens, get access to these patterns and get crafting and get selling. The opportunity right now is pretty good. But I'll leave it there for this video, boys and girls. I'll keep these ones a little bit shorter, as these are more sort of like mini guides for gold making at the moment, and they are sort of time sensitive, so get on them nice and quick before the prices crash. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give the video a like, consider subscribing if you're new around here, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.